You know, in the world of IT, there are stories. And then there are legends. The kind of stories you tell new hires to scare them straight. Well, today we're going to dive into one of those. This isn't just a tale about code, my friends. Oh no. This is a saga about heroes, villains, and a very, very poorly timed snack. Welcome to the Port Fiasco. Okay, so let's set the scene. The company is ByteForge Inc. Sounds important, right? And here we meet our two main characters, our two DevOps engineers. Think of them as the two sides of the same coin. If one side was gold and the other was, made of mud. So on one side, we have Arjun. This guy is a rock star, sharp, fast. He actually loves debugging. Seriously, I'm pretty sure his eyes haven't seen a full night's sleep since Kubernetes was a baby. And then there's Ravi. Ravi is, how do I put this nicely? A walking accident. The man is the chairman, president, and sole member of the Chaos Fan Club. For him, documentation isn't something you read. It's like ancient Sanskrit. You just admire it from a distance. Right. So we have our players, and as always, the universe waits for the absolute worst moment to strike. The apocalypse doesn't arrive at 9 a.m. No. It arrives just after lunch, when everyone's feeling sleepy and the company's entire digital world decides to just crash and burn. The time is exactly 12:07 p.m., and production doesn't just go down, it gives up completely. The system collapses, and the description is just perfect, like a drunk on a cheap plastic chair. If you've ever been on call, you know exactly what that feels like. And just look at how fast this fire spreads. 12:07, total collapse. 1 minute later, PagerDuty starts screaming bloody murder. By 12:09, the CEO is already on the phone. 12:10, the manager calls the only person who can fix it, Arjun. And at 12:11, what's Ravi doing? He's starting on his third samosa, completely unaware that the world is ending around him. So while Arjun is probably having a full-blown panic attack, Ravi, our hero, offers his first brilliant piece of advice. He literally wipes chutney from his lips, looks over, and says, "Bro, maybe refresh once?" The classic, turn it off and on again, but for a catastrophic production outage. Just beautiful. Arjun, deciding not to try the refresh button, does what he does best. He dives straight into the logs. He's like an archaeologist, digging through layers of digital dirt, looking for that one tiny, stupid error that caused this whole mess. The hunt is on. And what he finds is just a horror show. I mean, look at this. The CPU is completely maxed out. The pods are just restarting over and over again, stuck in a loop of death. The database can't handle it. It's timing out. To put it simply, the API is completely, totally dead. Just as Arjun is trying to process this nightmare, Ravi wanders over. He's got this aura of what I can only call samosa confidence, and he offers his next genius theory. Bro, maybe database slept? I mean, what do you even say to that? Databases don't sleep, Ravi. They don't. Arjun, somehow holding it all together, just keeps digging. He knows the problem isn't a sleepy database. It's somewhere in the code, somewhere in the configs, and he's about to discover a truth that is so much dumber than anything he could have possibly imagined. And then he sees it. One single line in a sea of error logs. Connection refused on port 5433. Now, for most people, that's just technobabble, but for Arjun, that's a siren going off. Why? Because the correct port for their database is 5432. One single digit is wrong. A cold feeling just washes over Arjun. He knows what happened. He turns his head very slowly and asks the most feared question in all of software engineering. Who touched the config file today? The whole office goes quiet. The only sound is Ravi gently chewing. And then Ravi confesses, "Oh yeah, I changed the port." And Arjun asks why. And Ravi's reason, his big technical reason, is this. I thought 543 looked old. 543 felt modern. Let that sink in for a second. He broke the entire company's production environment because he wanted a more modern number. Modern. So how did Arjun react? Did he scream? No. He just blinked. Twice. And the way it's described is perfect. The way men blink when holding back murder charges. Every single one of us in IT has blinked that exact same blink. We know it well. All right. After processing the sheer stupidity of the situation, Arjun becomes a man on a mission. There's no time to think about criminal charges now. It's time to fix this thing. He's about to perform a 5-minute miracle to undo Ravi's modern thinking. And look at everything it takes just to fix that one number. He has to roll back the whole deployment, restart all the pods, update the secrets, fix the environment variables, reconnect all the services, and then kickstart the auto-scaling. All of that, a whirlwind of competence to erase one moment of modern thinking. 5 minutes later, everything is green, the website is back up, production is saved. The CEO sends out a company-wide message, "Great job, team," and Ravi, our agent of chaos, our port designer, he replies to the group chat with a single thumbs-up emoji. Of course he does. So, after the dust settles and the adrenaline is gone, what are we left with? Well, we're left with the cold, hard truth of what it's like to work in IT. What's the moral of this whole crazy story? Arjun, just slumped in his chair, tired of life, he sums it up perfectly. He just looks into the distance and says, "In this world, code breaks, servers die, and people called Ravi get promoted." Man, if that isn't the most brutally honest thing I've ever heard. But wait, it gets better. Ravi, probably finishing up his last samosa, sits down next to Arjun and says with a completely straight face, "Bro, I think we work really well together." And Arjun, too tired to even argue, just sighs and says, "Yeah, like fire and petrol." The perfect metaphor. And really, that's the big takeaway here, isn't it? In our world, chaos is not a bug, it's a feature. It's guaranteed to happen. Solutions, on the other hand, are sometimes optional. And your teammates? Well, sometimes they're the heroes, and sometimes they're just part of the tragic comedy. So that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. Look around at your own team. Be honest. Who is the Arjun, the one who brings the fire, the one who actually fixes things? And more importantly, who's the Ravi? Who's the one showing up with a full tank of petrol and a snack? It's a funny story, for sure, but it's exactly why we have things like code reviews and protected branches, all to stop one person's modern idea from burning the whole building down.